David defeating Goliath. In the midst of Philistine army, the commander named Goliath challenged the Israelites' army to battle. He was a giant standing about 3 meters tall. One of his guards came forward with a large shield as Goliath shouted towards the Israelites' army. "Why have you come out and lined up for battle? I am a Philistine, and you are Saul's servant. Choose a man and have him come down to me. If he can fight and kill me, you will become your subject. But if I overcome him and kill him, you will become our subject and serve us. Choose a man and let him come down to me. Am I not defying the army of Israel? Give me a man and let us fight each other. Ha 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 ha." Goliath mocked the Israelites' army, and Saul and his army were terrified, trembling in fear. For 40 days Goliath came out morning and evening, challenging the Israelites. One day Jesse sent his youngest son David to a battlefield to check on his brothers. David, who was tending sheep, arrived at the camp and provisioned to his father. As David was talking with his brothers, Goliath once again inserted and mocked the Israelites. Everyone in the Israelites' camp were scared. "Hey, have you seen such giant before? He's coming to insult us. The king promises great rewards for the one who kills him, like wealth, the king's daughter in marriage, and exceptions from family's tax." David asked those around him, "What will be done for the man who kills this Philistine and removes this disgrace from Israel? Who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the army of the living God?" They told him about the rewards, and when Saul heard of David's question, he sent for him. "Do not be afraid, David. You are only a boy, and he has been a fighting man from his youth." But David said to Saul, "I was been keeping my father's sheep. When a lion or a bear came and carried off the sheep from the flock, I went after it, struck it, and rescued the sheep from its mouth. If it turned on me, I seized it by its hair, struck it, and killed it. I killed both the lion and the bear. This uncircumcised Philistine will be like one of them because he has defied the army of the living God. The Lord who rescued me from the paw of the lion and the paw of the bear will rescue me from the hand of this Philistine." Saul said to David, "Go, and may the Lord be with you." Saul dressed David in his own tunic and put a coat of armor on him. But David, not used to them, said, "I cannot go in this, because I am not used to them." So he took them off. Then he took his staff in his hand, chose 5 smooth stones from the stream, put them in a pouch of his shepherd's bag, and approached to Goliath. The approaching Goliath, seeing a handsome little boy in David, scoffed, "Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks?" Then, in the name of the Philistines' God, he cursed David, saying, "Come here, and I'll give you flesh to the birds and the wild animals." At that moment, David shouted to Goliath, "You come against me with sword and spear, but I come against you in the name of the Almighty Lord, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. Today the Lord will deliver you into my hands, and I will strike you down, cut off your head, and give the bodies of the Philistine army to the birds and the wild animals. The battle belongs to the Lord, and he will give all of you into our hands." As Goliath moved closer to attack, David ran quickly towards the battle line to meet him. Reaching into his bag and taking out a stone, he slung it and struck the Philistine on the forehead. The stone sank into his forehead, and he fell face down on the ground. So David triumphed over Goliath with just a sling and a stone, without a sword in his hand. After Goliath's death, the Philistine army fled, and the Israelites celebrated their victory. The Lord does not save with swords and spear, for the battle is the Lord's, and he will give all of you into our hands. 1 Samuel chapter 17 verse 47.